So we are now obviously governed by billionaires. And I want to make it abundantly clear to all the little ass, punk ass, lame ass Trump supporters who think this is a little victory. It's not a victory. Suck my dick. Frankly, this bullshit, this Ramaswamy Musk shit, burn in hell. Burn in hell. This little fucking billionaire dweeb dork, all he knows how to do is lie. All he does is lie. He gets up on this bullshit ass app called X because apparently Elon Musk's brain is incapable of thinking of any sort of entertaining, nice, interesting name other than a letter in the alphabet. Ramaswamy comes on Twitter and lies about this new bill that was supposed to be passed, lies and says they don't want you to read it, even though Congress never hides any bill they ever try to pass. The only party who's always in the corner rubbing their hands hiding is the Republican Party. Remember that last time you guys tried to stop that supplementary funding for that hurricane shit? And now you're pretending to be offended that Congress is getting a raise in pay. What about the hurricanes? The same hurricane that y'all didn't give a fuck about and said, well, we'll be back to take care of these American people who have been blown away by a hurricane. We'll be back to solve that after the election. If we get our way, maybe we'll help our fellow citizens. Let's watch this bullshit Ramaswamy shit. He's a fucking liar. He is a liar. And I'm tired of I'm not gonna be governed by a dude who jumps like this, a dude who dances like this, and a fucking dork who got told he wouldn't be chosen for president by Ann Coulter because he's brown and didn't have the balls to say, and that's pretty racist. I'm not being run by these spineless little fucking dweebs. I'm not doing it.
Congress is about to pass a bill that blows away your taxpayer money, but they made it over 1,500 pages long so you wouldn't read it. I did you a favor. I read it for you.
Oh, I guess bills should be like 2 pages long, 3 pages long. Like, the pages are accessible to read. The idea that Congress is trying to, and this is why I say the American people we are doomed for failure because we are spoiled brats. There's too many pages. Shut your punk ass up. You know how many people around the world wish they could access paperwork of what the government is up to? Do you know how many people around the world wish they could say, you, government, what money did you spend, where did you spend it, and how did you spend it? Now, Congress just puts it on the internet for you to access, and Ramaswamy tries to portray it as though they don't want you to see it, they don't want you to know. Get the fuck out of here, Vegeta. Get the fuck out of here.
Supposed to be about keeping government operations open and providing disaster relief aid to hurricane victims, which I'm sympathetic to. But if you read the bill carefully, it contains pay raises for members of Congress, and I'm not making this up, an expansion of their federal health benefits. It contains all kinds.
Ooh, God forbid people in Congress get a pay raise. God forbid. You know, we really need to figure out what people who serve our country in Congress need from the billionaire. That's the guy. The guy who, you know, I don't know where you made your money. Some people say you've been up to some nefarious shit, but, you know, we'll get back to that at another time. You, the billionaire, get to dictate what our congressmen get paid. You get to dictate that. You're the one who's in charge of that. The Republican Party has now whipped up their voters to bitch and moan about Congress getting a raise in pay. Somehow or another, that's just like how horrible. How horrible. I'm not understanding what the issue here is. What's the problem? But you, the privileged billionaire, who could never relate to the average American in his life, is the one who is going to tell the American people what they deserve to be paid when they serve their country. When you decide to go to Washington and put your public life, put your private life at risk, you make all these sacrifices. The billionaires who were not elected will determine for you what you should be paid. And knowing Maga, in their everlasting wisdom, they'll say some shit like, Rashad, you know, the establishment should be paid $20,000 a year. Yeah, and then no one's gonna wanna, like, who the fuck wants to give up their actual job to go legislate if they're just not even going to be able to pay bills, put food on the table? I don't know. Like, these are when you actually actually take 2 seconds to think about the stupid shit these people say, it's like, wait, hold on a second. What? What?
Kinds of special interests and pork funding, including opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C. It renews the...
That is a lie. They are not going to be opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C. That is cap. In reality, the legislation would transfer ownership of the land from the federal government to the city, paving way for eventual development. And even then, I don't understand. Do Trump supporters not attend sports events? Who do you think, do you think that who do you think builds these arenas, these stadiums? Like, just because they're named after these companies doesn't mean these companies are the ones actually building them. The state oftentimes is the one building these venues, these arenas, these stadiums. What the fuck? Like, what are we talking about? I've seen you people at the... I've literally seen y'all. You're football fans. Some of you are basketball fans. Some of you guys are baseball fans. Do you think these arenas are just built solely by some of the companies that have their logos and brands on them? No, the government helps fund and create these arenas. Let me guess, in order to not be wrong, you will then move the goalpost and say, Rashad, they should never ever take my tax dollars and ever fund an arena. If the companies want to have an arena, they can build it themselves. Okay, why? And this is why I say this shit will not end properly without an apocalyptic event. This MAGA shit, the way Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy can just play with Republican voters like toys, like little just pawns on a chessboard. The way Ramaswamy and Musk can just move these people and they never even think 2 seconds like, wait, are these guys lying? That kind of behavior from the right, this shit will not end normally. As we wait for MAGA to eventually self-destruct, we should be sitting here trying to figure out how to catch up in this media, this massive gap in media between the two of us. Because I'm going to tell you what else makes me realize this is kind of like game over. Now, Republicans want people to read bills. This is a new one. Normally, Republicans don't want you to read legislation because they're usually the ones trying to destroy your Medicare and Social Security. But now that, I don't know, I guess Elon Musk decides he's the president now and Donald Trump is his bitch. I mean, nigga who dance like this, I mean, he might, Look, now that Elon Musk has decided that Donald Trump is his bitch, I guess the Republican Party will be going in any which direction if they so please. The fact that now Republicans, now the Republican media and their influencers are now encouraging their people to read bills. Not within the context of honesty and transparency and saying, guys, yeah, that was us that refused to, reopen Congress into session and pass that supplementary funding that was supposed to go out for those hurricane victims. That was us. Yeah, guys, we were the ones who tried to obstruct every possible good bill at every turn. We were the ones who gutted the Affordable Care Act and made it what it is and then named it Obamacare to make you mad at it. Yeah, we are the ones who have routinely tried to ruin your lives at every turn, but we really are upset about this bill. No. They won't provide context on the demons that they are. They instead selectively present reality to drum up support for foolishness. And you see the results. Ramaswamy just lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. This man is a born liar. All he knows how to do is lie. He is filth. He is vermin. This man is a fucking goof. And the fact that like this is insane. This is this is what is happening right now. What is happening? Neither of these two are elected, and yet they're dictating the legislation of my country. What if tomorrow they decide, you know what? No more legislation. We, the Doge, will decide what you, the plebs, deserve. You know what's really crazy? I know I'm screaming. This is the crazy part. I'm losing my mind. Oh, hold on. Stay with me. I was about to slam my hand on the table. Think about this. People in Congress are usually made up of normal Americans who probably served in the military or just have a passion for law or just, whatever, or they just love serving their country, whatever capacity they can. Normal Americans. On occasion, you get people who come from political families, Bush, Kennedy, whatever. But usually, these are just normal Americans who have just decided to serve. What I've effectively realized today is the will of the normal Americans who served this country has now been voided and turned to mush by two unelected billionaires. So now the will of the people is at the mercy of whatever lies the rich can spin up on Twitter. We are cooked. We are cooked. I just want to say rip. Okay, this nation had a great run. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I even dare say the greatest, okay? Suck my dick. I know a lot of you, shut up. This nation had a great run, but if this is what we're dealing with, oligarchy and the worst, these dudes, they're not even oh my God, at least pretend to be elected. Hold a sham election. Fuck. These niggas just get hired to do a job and then say, you democratically elected representatives in the legislative body of the government, shut the fuck up. Me, the rich billionaire who owns Tesla and X and prances around on stage like a fucking Teletubby, I'm in charge here, and my rich billionaire friend who couldn't win an election because he's brown and Republicans don't really fuck with brown people, me and that guy, we're gonna be determining the future of the country, not because you chose us, not because you wanted us, but because we got the money. We have the power. We can dictate the future, not by being elected, by spinning bullshit on the internet. This right here, let me tell you something about this chapter in American history. This will not end normally. We are not coming back from this normally. The fact that Musk and the bitch, whatever the fuck his bullshit name is, the fact that these two fucking dweebs were able to take their little nasty ass little fingers and tweet all that bullshit. You got this other one doing all of this bullshit, holding the camera up to his face like some kind of fucking Vine star in 2015. You got these two fucking goofs running the government. Punk ass Trump. Do something. Nigga, you got elected. Go say something. You let these two punk asses. What the fuck? Trump gets elected and he's letting two unelected fucking goofs decide what goes on in America. Just for that, from this moment forward, call Elon President Musk. Don't even call Trump president no more. Because nigga, fuck that nigga. I hate Trump, but Trump, you about to just let these niggas out. They even win the election. You had folk trying to come at you, and you had all of you survived all of this just for a bitch ass, lame ass, rich ass bit. Well, you are a billionaire, but just for these two dweebs to come in and decide they run the country. Well, you just might be a bitch too. So we got three hoe ass, lame ass, suck ass, punk ass dorks deciding what runs and what goes on in this country. One should be in prison. The other two are unelected billionaires. This is ghetto. This is ghetto. If there was ever one environment where I thought I could escape, ghetto activity, white trash activity, if I thought I could escape all of the stuff, no matter what the race, just all of just the hood, I thought it would be that hood, right? I thought it would be here. Politics. I thought, no matter what our race, we've all come here to behave ourselves. But instead, what I get is this shit. I get this bullshit. And I'm supposed to be, this is normal. This is totally normal. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Okay? I shouldn't have to deal with this. You shouldn't have to deal with this. The Republican Party is being led by billionaires who are unelected, and the voters are too fucking stupid to stop it. It's not even stupidity. It's lack of moral fiber. Because like I said, the last time these goofs did some stupid shit, you know what they did? It wasn't about slavery. It was about states' rights. States' rights. Get the fuck out of here. They will never take accountability. It will be the same shit over and over again. When this Maga train eventually crashes and this country sustains wounds we probably won't recover from for the next 40 to 50 years, you know what all these Trump voters and Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson and the rest of them are going to do? pretend like they never liked Trump. The same way they pretend like they never liked George Bush. They're gonna pretend like they never liked Trump. They're all gonna light their MAGA hats on fire and pretend we don't know who that guy is. All that little dancing they was doing, they're gonna stop immediately. Megyn Kelly, all these vermin who know better. Ted Cruz, some of the people who Trump directly tried to destroy, who still decided to fucking kiss that bullshit ass McDonald's ring, those same people, they're gonna be the same ones to turn around and we were lied to by Trump. Shut your punk ass up. As if we didn't tell you that 20 million times. Now you finna come here when this whole kingdom came crumbling down. You finna say, we can't believe Donald Trump would lie to us. Shut the fuck up. Don't let these people get away with this shit, because this shit will crumble. And when it does, they're gonna pretend. Joe Rogan's gonna pretend. Megyn Kelly's gonna pretend. Vivek's gonna pretend. Elon, it'll be hard for him to pretend, but he'll pretend too. All of them will say, I didn't have nothing to do with it. Bitch, bring your motherfucking ass here. We saw you trying to run from this. But this is what conservatives always do. Until they can lie to the public enough to drum up support for some other morally reprehensible movement. So who these people are, it's what these people are. Conservatives are just the fucking, they're Uncle Sam's misguided. I'm just kidding. Shout out to the Marines. These people are retarded. Okay, they're dumb. I don't care what any fucking, bleeding heart, good-spirited, good-willed, fucking substitute teacher, middle-aged white woman says, Rashad, please stop. No, not stopping. No, they're retarded. Okay, when this is the thing, these punk ass motherfuckers, let me tell you what this is the equivalent of. MAGA is the equivalent of people who say, men can have children, men can give birth, right? And like they're trying to have it both ways of like, well, trans men can give birth. And it's like, yeah, but you were saying men, 99% of men are like, what they're trying to do? When people say trans men, when they say men can give birth, you know what the MAGA people do? Wow, liberals are so delusional, so crazy. This is the equivalent. You can, despite the fact that all the evidence shows that they're wrong about everything, despite the fact that all the evidence shows they're fucking lying about everything and they're wrong about everything and they believe everything that's just incorrect about everything possible, despite all of that evidence, despite all of that, despite it all, they refuse to join us, to rejoin us in reality. They are the blue-haired, insane, fucking, you can't be racist toward white people. Men can give birth. Whatever far left, radical, like blue-haired, excuse me, check your privilege, that's what they've become. But they've captured the minds of the American people to such an insane extent that it's impossible to show the American public these niggas is crazy. So you know what? I'm not even about to sit here and like have faith anymore or hope anymore. All I'm doing now is just sitting down and biding my time and waiting. I'm not about to sell you a dream. I'm not about to tell you that in 5 to 6 years we'll wake up from this nightmare and, we'll vote a Democrat back in. This might have been the last honest election until the collapse. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, okay? For those of you who stayed home, I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck the nigga told y'all he wasn't going to leave next time. This is not the time to be selling. If you're a fucking commentator, one of my fellow colleagues, fellow colleagues is redundant. One of my colleagues watching this, don't even bother telling your audience that we can win it back in 2028, 2029, 2030. Realize and understand that this shit will only be over when these fucking idiots destroy everything. Think about their collective IQ. Whenever there's a problem, you know what their solution is? Destroy the Department of Education. When I was young and I used to build sandcastles on the beach, I would build these sandcastles. Sometimes the wind would blow a stick or a leaf into my sandcastle. Now, me not being a fucking nitwit, retard, dumbass, buffoon, fool like Elon or Vivek, young Rashad would just pluck the leaf out of the fucking castle. I would pluck the stick out of the castle. My castle's still there. Now, if you let Elon and them tell it to you, you kick the castle, destroy the castle, blow it up, jump on it, elbow it from the top rope like Shawn Michaels, all of that. That's their logic. Don't fix the little thing that's right there. No, just destroy it all. Destroy it all. And they can suggest this this fuck shit to you because they're billionaires. No matter, come hell or high water, their kids will always have a hot meal on the table. Come hell or high water, they'll just hire someone to clean and wash the clothes. Come hell or high water, they'll be able to send their kids to the nicest schools. Come hell or high water, they'll have a vehicle to drive. But yo ass, you dirty plebeian, you who veteran who might have served your country in a combat role, fuck you. Fuck your Social Security. Fuck your Medicare. Fuck all that VA shit. Fuck all of that because Elon and Vivek know what's best for you. Yeah, fuck the grannies and the gramps who have served this nation by just working and being in the economy and putting their money and tax dollars toward just everything that this nation has built through government spending. F you too. Fuck you is basically what Elon and them is saying. Fuck you too. We do whatever we want with your money and you didn't even elect us. We tell you what you deserve. Plebeian trash. That is exactly what's happening here. Don't you see? Your elected representatives who have more in common with you than Elon, Trump, and Musk and the rest of MAGA politicians and media pundits combined, their power has now been reduced to damn near nothing by two rich billionaires who will never be able to relate with you, even in the event of an economic collapse. We would have to go back to the medieval times for these two fucking goofs to maybe come down to our level. Maybe. And that's if the MAGA hordes don't build a castle for them. Here, my lord, my liege, your eminence, your greatness. Fucking dorks. Fucking idiots. Like, I can't, this is ridiculous. I'm looking at Ramaswamy's disgusting ass little nasty ass face on my screen. This is, I blame Ben Shapiro for this. I blame you, Benjamin. It's your fault. All that, you know, those bullshit college tours and all that, bro, that nigga, I ain't gonna lie, that's when we lost. That's when we lost. That is when we lost. I ain't gonna lie. We lost back in 2015, my boy. We lost way back then, bro. When them niggas went on that little media run and they did their little thing and established the dominance of right-wing media 10 years ago, that was it, chief. I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy. Right now, we need to be laying the foundations of our own media movement. And not only that, we need to be lying in wait. Well, it will, but when it does, it's going to be ugly. There's no voting this out. These people control all the forms of communication, and they don't want to debate anymore either. They don't want to debate liberals anymore. Remember that bullshit the niggas was talking? Liberals never want to debate anymore. And then that blue-haired nigga went up on there and debated all of them, and they got scared. Now they don't want to debate them anymore. And if they do, they go on that bullshit-ass little Piers Morgan shit, where Piers Morgan, you know, for some reason, wants to be buddy-buddy with Trump and pretends like everything Trump did is good, tries to play both sides. They go on that Piers Morgan shit where they're protected by fucking 2006 internet fucking satellite connection. Instead of hopping into the real octagon, which is, with all respect, Discord, or at least do it in person, they hide behind the bull. They don't want to debate anymore because they know they're wrong about fucking everything. Because it was easy to debate when you were debating, it's easy to debate like crazy blue-haired lunatics who talk about how, men can give birth, or you can't be racist to white people, or everything is systematic racism. It's easy to debate those fucking lunatics, but when you actually have to debate someone who's gonna read the legislation, someone who's actually gonna learn about the bullshit you fuck niggas talk about, now all of a sudden it's silence. It's crickets. Talking all that good shit 10 years ago, now in 2024, pulling up on 2025, y'all ain't got too much to say. That's all I'm saying. So for those of you who expect this to end, it ain't gonna motherfucking end. It's okay. There's no voting this out. Okay. Like, the American people have been ideologically captured by these nitwits. It's over. What we can do right now is simply lie in wait. Simply wait for this shit. It's eventually gonna crash. In that time period, though, in order for us to have the mandate necessary to not only win an election or take power, but also keep it long enough to undo the fuck shit and keep these fuck niggas out of power, we have to have the minds of the people. Because if you simply pass good legislation, that don't mean shit. If nobody knows about it, then basically you might as well have done nothing. Keeping it real. I see people on the internet talking about we should have passed better legislation. Shut your goofy ass up. Shut up, okay? Like, obviously passing good legislation is important. Shut the fuck up. The point is, nobody cares. Nobody's paying attention, okay? It's like, you could fucking, do all your little miracles and shit. No one's looking. Now, had they heard about the miracles you did? Did they hear about this shit? That's where it's at, okay? That's where the victory comes from. Are you in the people's faces? Are you visible? Are you near and dear to their hearts? Are you on their minds? Can you direct them to the Capitol to get shot in the neck? Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. But the point being is, do they? It's like, you know, it's like, do they love you? You know, it's like, are they riding for you? You know what I'm saying? Will they never ever leave from beside you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm keeping it real. Like, bro, if these people don't fuck with you, you can do all the great things you want. At the end, they'll give you the middle finger, call you the Biden crime family, talk about how you're 20 million years old and fell down a cliff, and your son's a fucking international mob boss. And yeah, that's what you get for passing all that good legislation. And then the guy who's an actual criminal, who's been crip walking his way all up and down politics for the last 10 years, he'll go right into the office and people would treat him like God. He can flip-flop on anything and people would say, Trump's so unpredictable and so amazing. Unlike yo ass, who everybody knew what you were going to do next, a stable, predictable, stable, organized leader. Fuck you. That's what the people tell you when you don't have their minds. They give you a big middle finger. That's what happens when you let other people control the narrative for you. You let all these people from all these other countries compel leftists to turn on you over Gaza. You let all these motherfuckers from all Russia and all these other countries compel the right wing to turn against you over Ukraine. Democrats just sitting there, I hope this finally ends soon. Get your head in the game. You're getting stomped out, jumped, done in the worst way. It's sad to watch. It hurts. As a Democrat, it hurts. Okay? Don't be fooled just because I got a USA shirt on this. And by the way, there's another thing. This fucking letting conservatives own the American flag. Fuck that. Letting conservatives own, being supporters of the troops. Fuck that. Okay? No more of that. No more of that shit. We're done with that this year. Fuck all of that. So, yeah, we're now run by billionaires. I don't know what you want me to tell you. The Maga movement is disgusting. They suck. They're dorks. They're fucking nerds. They're not nerds. They're actually the furthest thing from a nerd. They're literally just Patrick Star. They live under a rock, pop up, and do some destructive shit, and then go back to sleep. It's, oh my God. Whatever. I'm done.